Who here likes the piano? Amazing, amazing. Who here has heard that song? Even better. If not, no worries. That was a little snippet of me and Sebastian's theme from the movie La La Land, and it's one of my all-time favorites to play on the piano. And believe it or not, it's taken me quite a while to perform songs such as that one, but even longer to muster up the courage to come up here and perform it in front of you all. So before I get into the essence of my talk, I want to speak a little bit about my experience with the piano. Over 10 years ago, my parents placed me in a music academy in hopes I'd become the next Mozart. Spoiler alert, that never happened. They bought me a keyboard, and I got lessons every single week. And at the end of the year, there would be a recital where I'd perform what I'd been practicing every single week for the rest of the parents and children of the music academy. To this day, I've continued to do this. Nothing major like I'm performing in Carnegie Hall, but I do perform for a little church down the street around Christmas time. Now, when you play the piano for this long, you learn a lot about the beautiful instrument. What tempo is, how the pedals work, what flats and sharps are, how to play a crescendo. And all of that is absolutely terrific. But I took away something much more than that. From just a few black and white keys, I was able to take away how to make an impact on the world. Now, how could a 16-year-old who isn't even that incredible at the piano come up with something as mind-boggling as that? Well, this is how it happens. For the first few lessons every year, my teacher and I go over some technical stuff, such as chord progression. Then, when we feel ready, we select a song for my recital. This song can range anywhere between Beethoven to Coldplay, so it takes quite a while to narrow it down. But once the song is selected, I practice it over and over and over and over again until I finally mastered it. Then I go back down to the little church, I play it for a few parents, and hopefully, if all goes well, I get a standing ovation. But why is this important? Let's say I chose Me and Sebastian's Theme by Justin Hurwitz for my recital that year. From watching YouTube videos on the way Hurwitz flows into his music, or just by reading the sheet music and looking at the tempo and the notes, I'm learning from Hurwitz. The more I practice this song, I learn from him until I finally mastered his song. Now, let's say I repeated that process for every single song in the world, which I definitely would not be able to do, but I would be a pretty good piano player, right? But even with all of that musical intellect, I wouldn't be able to make an impact. What I mean by this is, although you could play someone else's song really, really well, you are still playing their song. The greatest musicians are the ones that compose their own melodies. Of course, they start out just like you and I. They learn from other musicians and mimic their styles. However, when they feel confident in themselves, they go out and create their own unique and beautiful piece. You don't hear about the guy who can mimic Beethoven perfectly. You hear about Beethoven because Beethoven left his mark on the world. People learn and are inspired from what he created. This is a universal concept that could be applied to all aspects of life. The song is just a metaphor for leaving an impact on the world. If you can conjure the knowledge from being a student to a construction worker to create something new, then congratulations, you've made an impact on the world. Whether it be big or small, trust me, someone will learn from your change. Someone will listen to your song and become inspired by it. Humans continue to innovate to this day because of this idea. People learn from someone or something to create a new idea in the world. Then the next generation of kids comes along, takes that idea, and creates something even more amazing based off of it. Everyone impacts the world by putting their own songs out there. What some people don't understand is that taking your song is really, really hard. It's really challenging to learn from others, and even more challenging to create something unique to yourself. But it will come. When you feel ready, you will be able to write your own song. Now, many of us are in different places in our songs. Some of us have finished our first ones up and are working on a second. Some of us are finishing up the final touches and are ready to unveil it to the world. And many of us, just like myself, are just starting. And although it may take quite some time, I cannot wait to hear them all. Thank you.